I thought I'd go through some resources that might be useful for understanding this. That this is not some new aberration. This has been happening since at least 1948, when the Nakba happened. The Nakba means the catastrophe, which is when at least 750,000 Palestinians were forcibly expelled from their land. According to the UN, they were supposed to be given the right to return to that land. That land was stolen for the new state of Israel that was created then. Sometimes in the excuses made for the state of Israel and its founding, there have been people that have said, you know, it was a land without a people for a people without a land. And this is not the case, because there were people there, and the people who founded Israel knew that. Some of the resources that are really useful for understanding this include On Palestine, which is by Noam Chomsky and Ilan Pappé. It's a really short book, very, very easy to understand. It's not full of really difficult to understand jargon or anything. It goes through the new and the old conversations about Palestine. It goes through a history of things like the Nakba and the founding of Israel on Palestinian land. Like I say, it's by Noam Chomsky, legendary American academic and activist who's always so clear and brilliant, and by Ilan Pappé, who is an Israeli historian who was part of a kind of new generation of historians who wanted to bring about a more realistic history of the state of Israel that isn't just propaganda. Ilan Pappé also wrote a book called The Ethnic Cleansing of Palestine, and if you have Spotify Premium, you can listen to that. That's available in audiobook form there. You can also download the PDF for free if you just search The Ethnic Cleansing of Palestine. If you don't like that kind of academic thing, if that's not your route in, then please go and have a look at the poems of Dareen Tatour or Refaat Alareer. Dareen Tatour wrote a poem called I Will Not Leave My Country, which again is heart-wrenching and inspiring as well. And Refaat Alareer's If I Must Die, which he wrote about a month before he was killed in an Israeli airstrike. He wrote that for his daughter, who was also killed a few months after him. And lastly, really want to recommend a documentary called 5 Broken Cameras. If you're in the UK, it's on iPlayer at the moment. Really, really brilliant documentary that was made in 2011, I think. Again, just going to show that this is not a new phenomenon. This hasn't just started over the last 9 months. This has been ongoing for decades and decades, since at least 1948. So yes, if you want any recommendations for understanding this situation in a bit more detail, please do go and check those things out.